I sit through that Dortmund rubbish again. I got sucked in again. They've got no striker. They can't score no goals. And Schalke are just a waste of time as well. They're the two teams I don't want to be anywhere near for the foreseeable future. Do you agree?
Ask me.
Yeah, I'm asking you. What do you think of them two bad sides?
I didn't watch the game, to be honest, because I was sick last week. That's why I couldn't join the show, and I was in bed the whole week. And now I'm still recovering, very slow. But yeah, I think I didn't miss anything in this game. And yeah, I didn't expect Dortmund to win. So yeah, you shouldn't bet on Dortmund again.
No, ever. Ever again. I'll bet in the Dortmund games, and it'll be to get them beat, Alex.
Yeah, it's a pass for me, Dortmund, for now. They are on my blacklist. I have only 3 selections. I'm trying to take it step by step with the Bundesliga this season. We started good, we continued bad. Yeah, it's a tough league to bet right now, and you can see that from the places in the standings. As I said last week, just 3 points were separating the first 8. Right now we have 4 points separating the first 8 and 5 points separating the first 10, which is unbelievable for a top flight league like the Bundesliga. But yeah, that means that you can bet on surprises. Why not? You can bet against Dortmund, you can bet against the Bayern, you can bet against I don't know, Leipzig, who are dreadful, 2 lost matches and 2 draws in their last 4. Absolutely very, very poor, given the fact that they started so well this season. I don't know what to say. I think that I will stick with my way of betting, but I will be careful what matches to take. Unfortunately, last week, despite going 2-1, the banker lost. So that one loss was the banker of the week. The other 2, the Alex Classics from the last 2 matches, they won, but the banker lost, so no profit there.
Okay, well, let's kick off, Alex. Hoffenheim 1.55, draw 4.75, Paderborn 6.5. Paderborn done a lot better than most people would have given credit for at the start of the season.
Yeah, 7 lost matches and 1 draw in 8. After that, winning their first game only last week when they won against another good side, Düsseldorf. I was on Düsseldorf draw, no bet, but not on the show, on my picks. But unfortunately, Düsseldorf let me down. Paderborn inconsistent, very inconsistent. I'm sure that they will get relegated at the end of the season. On the other side, Hoffenheim, very poor starts to their season, but amazingly, after Andrej Kramaric came back from injury, they started to win matches. Kramaric scored in the last 2 Bundesliga matches. They entered this match on the back of 4 wins in a row. They won also against Duisburg in the German Cup, keeping a clean sheet. They rested Kramaric, which is a very big plus for us for this home game against Paderborn. I really think that at 1.5 a home win, it's a great for an accumulator bet, but for better odds, single bet 1.87 Hoffenheim to win and over 2.5 goals in the match, because I really think that Paderborn might contribute on the scoreboard and help us with our bet. Paderborn, the worst defensive side, 22 goals conceded in 9 matches so far, more than 2 games on the average conceded in this season. Also, if you want to take Andrej Kramaric anytime goal scorer, that can give you around 1.9.
Okay, Hoffenheim and over 2.5 at 1.87 is Alex's selection. Alex, I'm going to stay with you before we go to Radek. Leverkusen 2.1, the draw 3.8 and Gladbach 3.5. Leverkusen, they're another side not to be trusted.
Not to be trusted for winning matches, but to be trusted for scoring goals. I had both Bayer Leverkusen and Werder Bremen, the Alex Classic, and I had Gladbach versus Eintracht Frankfurt, the Alex Classic. Easy win on both of them, 2-2 and 4-2. With Gladbach, absolutely perfect match from them in front of their fans against Eintracht. 4-2, winning 2-0 at halftime. With Thuram being in great shape, with N'Bolo offering some assists. I think that this Leverkusen side again have the necessary weapons to contribute on the scoreboard. Gladbach the same. So again, the Alex Classic here at 1.72. I'm seeing an open match. Both will try to win this match. Mostly Leverkusen, who entered this match on the back of 3 winless matches in their last 3. Gladbach leaders lost just 2 matches. Great, exceptional firepower there. And despite playing away from home, I see them scoring and maybe also returning home with at least 1 point from that tough travel.
Okay, Radek, come to you. Eintracht Frankfurt 7.5, draw 5.5, and Bayern at 1.42.
Yeah, I think it's the first time that I will not bet on Bayern or even against Bayern in this game, because we have a very big odds on Frankfurt here with 7.5. I don't say Frankfurt will win, but we have a very interesting Asian handicap plus 1.5 on Frankfurt with an odds of 1.8. That means if Frankfurt manages to lose the game only with 1 goal difference, the bet will be won. And I don't think Bayern will win this game very high as they didn't the last 5 games. So they didn't manage to win the last 5 games with more than 1 goal. They even played a draw in 1 game against Augsburg and lost 1 game against Hoffenheim. And even in the cup game against the second league team, they didn't manage to beat them high. I think they have really problems at the moment. I don't know why, because after they beat Tottenham, it seems they're fed up and they think everything runs by itself and they are not in a flow. And that's why I think, it's worth to go on an Asian handicap plus 1.5 on Frankfurt here, because they have a very huge fan base and one of the best crowds in Germany. And I think they will support the home team in this game as well.
Alex, do you find any value in going with Bayern Munich away at 1.42?
I hope they win by 1 goal, with the Eintracht contributing also on the scoreboard. So I hope at least 2-1, 3-2 there for Bayern Munich. Lewandowski was rested in the first half against Bochum. And I think that these cup games are not telling us anything in terms of how the teams are playing or the result. No, not at all. I think that these cup games, most of the top sides are not playing at their best performance. They don't put in their best game. They play in the first gear, not second and third. I still think that Bayern are far better right now than Eintracht. Eintracht with Andre Silva with a tendon injury might miss this game. Also, Trapp, of course, is injured and will not be in the goal for Kevin Trapp. We are talking about Eintracht goalkeeper. Lewandowski, anytime goal scorer, should be like, how you say, a walk in the park, because he scored already in all Bundesliga games. I don't know the odds for that, but should be a nice 1.7. And if it is at 1.7, I will take it with my eyes closed. Bayern Munich and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.7. As Radek said, Eintracht will not come here to defend because the crowd and their fans will not let them do that. They will be pushed from the back, and when Bayern will smell blood, I think that they will go for the kill there. They don't like Bayern. They don't like to be second in the table behind a team like Gladbach. You know, Gladbach, who again we remember last season, there were many rounds at the top of the table there for the Champions League position, and they failed in the last moment to qualify. So I am going Bayern against Eintracht, Bayern to win and over 2.5 at 1.7.
Okay, so we're looking for a nice 2-1 or 3-2, and both the boys winners in this league. Okay, let's move on. First Berlin derby since 2013, and my good friend Radek says there will be goals, Radek.
Yeah, I hope so, because the odds on over 2.5 is 1.9. And I think this is pretty high, because in the Bundesliga, you always have a lot of goals, as Alex mentions every show almost. And that's why he's betting on the Alex Classics in a lot of games. And in this game, we have very high odds because the teams are not the finest ones in the Bundesliga, but they can go score for sure. And I think in this game for the German capital between the Union Berlin and Hertha, I think they both want to score and show their rivalry, and yeah, that's why I like the odds of 1.9 on over 2.5 here.
Radek, how big is the rivalry between these two?
No, I don't know. I'm from the south of Germany. I've never been to Berlin in my life, and so I'm not very common there. But I think, yeah, Union Berlin has great fans, and I think they want to win this game. Is the most important game for them in the whole season.
Yeah, well, that's
the rivalry.
Oh, you want to talk again, Alex, or you want me to finish?
You finish, and I will tell you about the rivalry, because I was reading an article about
yeah, because I was going to
game.
tell you. I was going to tell you a great story. It's not going to be that great now because you put a pin in me, balloon. 2006, Berlin, myself and Callum, my son, spent 3 great days there for the World Cup final between France and Italy. Loved it, went up the Spree River, Brandenburg Gate. Oh, honestly, it was a city that obviously growing up we was never going to get anywhere near, and ended up having an unbelievable time, a lifetime memory. So, Alex, what do you think of the rivalry between the two Berlin sides?
I didn't attend the match between the two sides, but I was reading a couple of articles on that, because I always like to read and prepare myself for the weekend matches. And also from this point of view, 2 great fans from the 2 teams are saying that they are saying, I don't know if it's true, that is more important than Tottenham versus Arsenal, for example. And yeah, it's a huge rivalry. They will come. It will be sold out for sure. They will come giving everything for their players, and they are expecting the same from their players. So they are expecting their players to leave their soul on the pitch and win the game for them. Maybe for the players is not so important than for the fans. For the fans is more important, because the second day at work, one will be with Hertha, the other one will be with Union, and you know, for all the week long, even their colleagues at work, they will make fun of one of the other, you know.
Yeah, exactly the same in the Sheffield derby, which obviously I was very close to for many a year. Okay, let's move on, Radek, to the bottom one. Augsburg 3.8, draw 4.0, and Schalke 2.01.
Yeah, I think Schalke did a great job so far in this season. No one expected that. And in the last game, they were almost a better team against Dortmund, as far as I read about it. And that's why, yeah, they are favorite here for sure. But I don't think that's the reality here, because Augsburg, did some good games in this season, but didn't manage to take a lot of points. But as you know, Schalke is playing in the cup games during the week, and Augsburg doesn't, because they went out the cup rounds before. That's why Augsburg has the home advantage, and they are fresher. And that's why I would go here on a double chance on Augsburg 1x or Asian handicap plus 0.5 on Augsburg with odds of 1.9. And because Augsburg collected 7 points in this season so far, but 5 at home. And maybe you can remember Bayern Munich didn't manage to win in Augsburg. They played 2-2. And excuse me. And that's why I think they can point against Schalke as well.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Augsburg all the way for me. I wouldn't put anyone off the 3.8 to win. I wouldn't put anyone off the double chance at 1.9, or even go with Augsburg, draw, no bet. Anything but Schalke. So I might get involved, and then that will mean that Schalke are going to absolutely cruise to victory. Alex, give me your banker of your free bets, please.
I really like this Leverkusen Gladbach Alex Classic at 1.72, and I will make it my banker for this weekend.
Thank you very much, sir. Radek, which your strongest?
Over 2.5 goals in Berlin.
Over 2.5 goals in the Berlin derby, yeah?
Yeah, I like this very much. I think, I'm confident that this will happen.
Also, Radek, did you look at both teams to score in that match? Because I think that that one has a really good set of 1.7. Union Berlin versus Hertha.
Yeah, but he likes to get close to 2,
I never play both to score. Because the expected value in the long run is very low with both teams to score. This is an invention of the bookmakers, and so I stick to over or under. That's I think easier to predict as to say both teams will score. But it can be, but it's not my favorite bet.
Well, make it. Put it in your armoury. None of us are too old to learn, Radek. I never used to do Asian handicaps until I was told to do them. Just put it in the armoury, my lad. You might just need it. So listen, lads, good luck at the weekend. If there's one league you certainly need luck, it's this one. But on paper, all 5 of them look like absolutely top draw bets. So I'm looking forward to next week. And I fancy you might get minimum 4 out of 5. Just get Schalke beat. All right, thanks, lads. Good luck, Radek. Thanks, Alex.